Hello, family. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I hope you and yours are doing well. Welcome back to yet another video right here on Candid Farmers. I am your host, Mogi, and thank you so much to my returning subscribers. You are the real deal. Whereas if you're watching this video here on Candid Farmers for the first time, please, or if you have not subscribed at all, you've been watching but you are not subscribed, please caress the subscribe button, smash the subscribe button, press it, massage it, do whatever you have to do. Let's see the channel grow, and we can pride ourselves later that I was there when this channel was 1,000 subscribers, when this channel was 500, 200. So I appreciate you guys that have subscribed. I feed off your energy. Now, I don't want to talk too much about the irrelevance. Let me talk about what is relevant now. What's relevant for this video? I want to share my worst mistakes. You all know I'm a beginner farmer. Now, I know that some of you out there may be at the same stage, or you are contemplating, you are planning to start to venture into goat farming. Now, it's important for you to know the following or to learn from my mistakes so that you avoid the same. Some of the mistakes that I have made in a short time are very catastrophic, are, led to death, led to loss. I have lost a couple of goats in a very short time because I made a few mistakes. So they say that if you want to learn, if you want to have the experience of an 80-year-old, you learn from. You don't need to live 80 years in order to have the experience of an 80-year-old. Just learn or study what an 80-year-old has done, what an 80-year-old went through, and then you will have the experience of an 80-year-old. So, guys, the worst mistake I have made thus far, right, is buying goats from these regular markets. Now, this can be a mistake if you're not very keen on when you're out there in the market, right? And I'm going to explain to you how it can be a mistake. Now, most of these guys who bring their goats to sell them at these community markets, these regular markets, right? They do not choose the best out of their herd. I can tell you this with almost 100% certainty, is that I can tell you with 100% certainty that many of them, not all of them, but many of them, they do not bring to sell off the best goats from their herd. They bring the least, if not the worst. Well, they bring what's on the bottom, all right? The least desired goats in their herd. Now, some of them, not all, guys, I need you to understand me very well. Now, some of them are diseased. They have a chronic illness. Some of them, I'll give an example. For example, a guy who has his goats will not sell a healthy goat, a goat that is highly productive. He will sell a goat, I've experienced this. He will sell a goat which cannot hold a pregnancy, which cannot keep a pregnancy to full maturity, to full time. I'm giving an example. Also, if there is a goat which has an underlying condition. That's what he will bring to the market. So especially the older ones, the goats which are old, which are older, you know, much older, properly grown. The young ones are okay, but the old ones, the much older goats, those ones are, be very careful when you go to the market. So I've made that mistake. I've bought a few goats which are diseased, sick goats, and luckily I was able to treat them and they are now okay. Now, talking about treating family, that brings me to my next mistake that I have made. Very, very bad mistake. Now, treating is, you know, here on the farm, I've seen vets, you know, administer injections to these goats, and you know what I'm saying. And I thought I could do it. I did it once, and I got away with it. I would say I got away with it. Now, on my next attempt, or when it happened again, when I administered drugs through an injection on the second time, it was disaster. It was very, very bad, guys. And I can tell you that I lost a couple of goats, you know. I administered multivitamins. You know, I thought to myself that, you know, maybe multivitamins are not serious medicines, so I could do it. And I left out the real medicines, but I was dead wrong. Even the multivitamins that I administered caused a fatality. I'm not sure if I administered an overdose. I don't know what it was, but guys, all I'm saying is that please, if you're a beginner, if you don't have the experience, rely on a trained and experienced veterinary doctor to administer medicines to your goats on the farm. Do not do it yourself. I did it myself and I learned. And it caused death, so I learned the hard way. Guys, so as we do this exercise, you know, watch. These goats these are new goats, right? They are freshly introduced to the farm. Like I said, when I go to the market or when I go to a farm to buy goats, in my opinion, it's best to buy fully grown goats. No. I take that back. In my opinion, it's best to buy young goats. And as you can see, my cameraman is going to move the camera to show you these goats. These are new additions to the farm. And then we have a couple others on this side. Now, we ear tag them because we rear them on a free range system. Now, this brings me to the next mistake that I made, mistake number 3 now. This one did not cost me too much. It cost me a little money, and I want you to avoid it. So when you introduce new goats on your farm, right, you need to allow them to get used to the new environment, get used to the new farm. You know, did you know that on a farm there is also bulling? So these are new additions, and as you can see them, they are bound on a rope because the last time it happened, the last time I brought goats in, the new ones were able to take the route which we came through, the road that brought us. They were identified about 10 kilometers from the farm. Luckily, they were tagged, they were ear tagged. And so when we introduced the new goats, we ear tagged them. I imagine if those goats were not ear tagged, the chance that they would easily be identified was going to be very, very, very small. But luckily, they were ear tagged, and this is what I continue to do when I introduce new goats on the farm. I ear tag them and also bind them to a rope to make sure that you know, they get used to the new environment, they get used to the new herd, you know. They may be bullied because they are new, you know. These goats are funny family. Did you know that they can find their way back to their home? You know, if they are used to a home, if they're used to a farm, they can easily find their way back to that farm. So I guess this is what these goats, three of them were trying to trace their way back to where they originated. And I am lucky that they were traced, they were identified, and we managed to rescue them now. So family, these are some of the mistakes, but not only the mistakes that you need to avoid. You need to avoid a lot of mistakes, guys. Yeah? So I need you to learn from these mistakes so that you don't make the same mistakes. Otherwise, this is the end of the video and I will see you in another one. Peace.